So, you ask for a loan, you get a loan. Someone lends you to lend somebody, lend to somebody, no? Remember, no preposition. Can you lend me? Can I borrow your pen? May I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your book for a second? For a minute? When you borrow something, you'll have to give it back. What else? Return it? Give it back? Give it back? Return it? But usually when you borrow money from a bank, you should pay more than what you borrowed. What do we call the money that you...
Interest.
Interest. 2%, 3%, sometimes 20%, depends. Interest. Okay? That goes to them, yeah? You borrow $5,000, you have to give back more, right? That the money that you have to pay more is like interest.
But what about like ask for 1,000, but the interest we pay is really high. Is loan shark or?
Yeah, it depends. Like where you go. If you go to loan sharks, you know loan sharks are the people who give you a loan for a very high interest rate. That's a loan shark. On the street, you go some shops are out there and like say, give me my quick money. I want $300. I'm going out with my girlfriend, please. They say, okay, $20. Give us $20. You give them $20, and they give you $200. But if you don't return it, the interest rate is very high. That's when you're in a bind, you're in trouble, you need it, you're taking out your friend over, whatever, for some reason you need that money, or, I don't know, drugging people, they're like, oh, where's my drug? And then you need it. So, anyways, you'll be in debt. Debt. We talked about debt. In debt. Debt? No, debt. B is not pronounced. So if the money you spend is more than the money you make money, spend money, right? If you spend more than you make, or you earn, you'll be in trouble, you'll be in debt. Okay, we will talk about the words with money later, but earn is to earn money. It means to work hard and get money. Make money, sometimes you can make millions of dollars, billions of dollars. Is Bill Gates earning money or making money? Making money. Earning is when you go work hard for every penny you make. And then you say, you expect me to spend my hard-earned money on something like that? It's hard-earned money. Now, let's forget about this. It's too much. We're staying here for such a long time. So, go back to this place and just quickly review some of the words here. And this topic will go on forever. Maybe we'll have a few days, and I don't want to linger on it too much. So, job, well, there's a job, full-time job, 9 to 5 job, part-time job, survival job, minimum wage, job. If the salary is high, your job is well paid. Well paid. We have well-paid jobs. He has a well-paid job. A well-paid job. If it's not well-paid, it's low paid or low paying. Both. Most jobs now in the economy are low-paid jobs or low-paying jobs, such as working in restaurants, places like that, which are close to the minimum wage. This is the sign of a sick economy, right? Hard times. And when there are hard times in a country, like right now in Europe, and since 2007 in the US, we say it's when the economy is not good. A crisis, it's like, it's a recession. What's a recession? When Actually,
economy is down.
economy's down. There's a recession. Recession. There are no jobs. Say there are no jobs. A lot of people are. Good. Good. Give me those words. That's what I want. So let's say goodbye to these words. So what's your occupation? What's your profession? When we say somebody's a, because I want to erase them to put those words here. Occupation means your job. What's your occupation? You're filling out a form, an application form. Occupation means job. Occupation has different meanings, right? A country goes occupies another country. You know, to occupy? And occupied. If a country occupies another country, goes to that country and grabs that country, and that country also says, my country. For example, 2003 to 2011, 12, the United States occupied Iraq. Invaded and occupied. Invade means attack. To invade means to attack. And what is the noun for invade? Invasion. Invaders are the people who invade. So the United States invaded and occupied Iraq. Now, of course, the US says it was a coalition. We had other countries helping. So we had an invasion. And many call it an illegal invasion, an illegal occupation, because it wasn't under UN mandate. Now, I don't want to talk about that. It's just not the word. But then occupation is when you occupy a country, occupy land. The Palestinians are saying that Israelis have occupied our land. And UN says, yes, that's right. After 2000, whatever, 1967, the borders are, these lands are occupied. Okay, that's occupied land. But occupation is different, it means job. What's your occupation? It means what keeps you busy. If you call somebody, the line is busy, you say the line is occupied or busy. When you want to go to the bathroom or washroom outside, sometimes under the door handle, there's a red sign reading occupied. Occupied. Occupied means I'm pooping here. Stay outside, or I'm peeing. Occupied. The line could be occupied. The washroom could be occupied. I could be occupied today. Listen, I am very occupied. Means I am very busy. If you are preoccupied, what does that mean? Preoccupied? Preoccupied. Oh, he's preoccupied today. The boss, don't even go to him. Like he has lots of preoccupations, like many things in his mind. To keep his mind busy. If I'm preoccupied, I have too many things on my mind. Preoccupied. He's preoccupied. He has a lot on his mind today. He has lots of things to do. So we have occupy, occupation, preoccupied, preoccupation. Yes? The phone line could be occupied, the washroom could be occupied, but your occupation is your job. What's your occupation? What's your job? I can also say, what do you do? Of course. Sometimes they say, what do you do for a
Living.
Very good. Get out of this class, Julia. Go home. What are you doing here? I'll talk to Darby today. You're not allowed in as of tomorrow. Go get a job.
I'm trying.
What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? If I ask you, what do you do for a living? It means, what's your job? He does that for, like, if I say he sings for a living, means that's his job. He busks for a living. You know buskers? That's my favorite job, to busk. It's my number one job. Those people who perform on the street, and they get paid, there's a hat, and you put money in the hat. Isn't that an amazing job? Like to live on the streets and busk. No? There was a busking festival, the Toronto Buskers Festival, a few weeks ago. And you could do a violin, or you could stand there, do some crazy things. Whatever. That's a busk and busker would be. What do you do? What's your job? What's your occupation? What's your profession? If somebody's a professional football player, professional has basically two meanings. So, oh, look at him. He's professional. It means he's very good, highly skilled. Also, a professional football player is somebody who gets paid, right? That's his job. It's his occupation, to play football, play soccer, play baseball. A professional baseball player is someone who plays, and that's his job, or her job. Good? Are we done with this? Now, we have other words. Employment, to employ, employer, yes? My employer is a person who employs me. The company that employed me. What's this word?
Employee.
Yeah. Who's an employee?
It's work.
The person who is employed, the person who works at the company. This company has 5,000 employees. But the thing is, employ is right here. The stress here is employee. Employer, but employee. The pronunciation is important. There are 5,000 employees. For example, you say this is a huge company. It has 50,000 employees. You would say, for example, the Seneca College says it's the 4th largest employer in Toronto. And I hope you know this structure. The first employer, the largest employer, after the largest employer, the second largest, third largest, the third largest, the fourth largest, right? The second largest, the fourth largest employer. So then employment, employed, unemployed, so on and so forth. So this is just the beginning of the chapter of employment, but we're not going to finish it today. We'll keep it right here. I just want to make sure that some of those words you said, they're covered here. So, hire and fire. Speak just a little bit about that as well. So when you're looking for a job, finally you get a job, and we'll talk about the process of getting a job, and I think Julio can explain, because now he's looking. He can explain what the process of getting a job is like. We will talk about that also for today. The rest will leave for tomorrow, for employment, the topic employment. But when it comes to hire and fire, of course you get a job, and we will talk about the process. But once you get a job, somebody employs you, right? To employ somebody. They hire you. Okay? Who does the hiring? Usually?
Human resource.
The HR, the Human Resource Department, right? You know all these very well. It's okay. So, you're aware of the process. So, HR, the HR department, right? What's the HR department? Is that Human Resources, right? Or Human Resource Department? The Human Resource Department in a company does all the hiring, right? Now, in Canada, for example, there are some companies that help. There's some recruiters, job hunting companies, right? Companies. Or they call it job hunters, for example. Or, they call it headhunters. They say headhunting, sorry. Headhunting companies. And headhunters. They are recruitment companies, right? Recruitment companies. That actually, what do? They recruit people. You know, to recruit?
Yeah.
To hire. Yep.
So after they recruit them, they will introduce them